Good day, everyone. Before I get into it, I just wanted to mention that I found a very interesting channel on Reddit, and I'm going to share it down below. And this particular episode is about Agartha or Shambhala, the lost underground city. And I might as well just share my own experience and vision that I had of Shambhala down below, which I made a video of a few months back. Um, Kind of a strange day. Today's supposed to be some sort of high watch day for the rapture or something again, which so many of these days have come and gone, and just left people disappointed over and over again. But supposedly it's 1260 days from the Revelation 12 sign that happened on September 23rd, 2017, even though it was kind of proven that Stellarium was off and it wasn't actually the Revelation 12 sign that happened on that day. But few people ever want to bother researching that in a little bit more depth. They just automatically assume that that was the Revelation 12 sign. But in my opinion, that's not the case. Even if it was, I made a bunch of these rapture videos in the past. I don't want to get into this rabbit hole again. But I just wonder, it it's kind of sad. It's kind of sad that so many people are so desperate to get out of here. And I'm with you. This dark realm is an enormously heavy burden, and I feel for people and I understand, but there's some elements of deep psychology here that we have to take into account, and ask, difficult questions like what's really going on inside that person to make them desire this. Is it a validation of their faith? Is it an ego trip, like I think it is in a lot of cases, where there is the guy who so desperately wants to get the right date that he wants to be exalted and seen as some sort of prophet or some sort of warrior for God, so to speak. But a real warrior for God humbles himself and doesn't exalt his pride and doesn't go about boasting and giving people false hope. And you guys just know my beliefs on this whole thing either way. Um, what we're heading into is iPad Go 2, and what exactly that even is, no one knows. Now, who this Antichrist figure is, and when exactly he's coming, and how it's going to look like, and exactly when. I speculate it won't be any later than 2024, but it's just something to think about. Are a lot of people just like so unfulfilled with their lives that they're so afraid to truly live that they think that escaping this realm and being in a heavenly realm is somehow gonna help them truly live, which granted maybe. um Again, this realm does suppress you and does drag you down, especially in terms of finance and things related to money. People feel stuck, and I don't blame them one bit for wanting to rapture, but people continuously seeking dates endlessly year after year. I think it's been shown that this is dragging on and is a long process. The storm in Texas was clearly an iPad Go 2. That was already several weeks ago, and the next event is going to be probably several months or several years away. And then after that, it's going to be another several months. And then after that, it's going to be another several months. And then maybe finally, at some point, the phoenix is going to birth out of the ashes. And our rapture will be his presence killing off billions of people, basically. That's going to be the rapture. Getting off topic here. I wanted to tell a story about when I worked this patrol job a few years back. I met this person. So part of the job was you have to drive through different neighborhoods, walk, do foot patrols in certain places, HOAs and stuff like that. So there was a park I had to walk in, and there's this guy working on his car at the end of a cul-de-sac one day, and I think nothing of it. Whatever. I go into the park, do my round. I come back, and he starts talking to me. He starts asking me, who I work for, and things like that, what my name is. And then he starts telling me this absolutely bizarre story, claiming to be a high ranking military official in a Middle Eastern country that I will not name. He has since emigrated to the US. He claimed that his life was ruined by gang stalking and being a targeted individual. He says that they took everything from him. He told me that they hacked into his computer, that they threatened him, harassed him, bombarded him with text messages, that they would chase him on the highway, that they would follow him around in places, that they ruined his reputation, that they ruined his financial status, that he is basically homeless, living in this van that he's now repairing. And so I'm telling him, okay, because I don't really know what to tell him. I do believe a story, and actually something happened that kind of confirmed the story. But I kind of told him, go to the sheriff, go seek help. If somebody's stalking you, if somebody's harassing you, you need to seek help. And he's like, I tried. He told me that he went to the cops and that he went to this place and he went to them, and he said that they didn't do anything at all. So he was actually seeking my help. My help. A little insignificant peon, little meaningless guard. My help. And I'm like, the only thing I could really do is talk to my manager, my boss, if you want me to. And he begged me to do so. And I did. And I called him and I explained to him the same situation that he told me. This guy is telling me that he's being stalked, that he's being cyber harassed, that these people are like ruining his life and things like that. And my boss just tells me to tell him to talk to the sheriff, which is what I said. I mean, what exactly do you do in that situation? Even if, I mean, I suppose you would need really, I mean, you need solid proof, which I don't know. Either way, the whole thing was incredibly odd. I would see him every day over there by the van, and most of the time there would be nothing really going on. But one day I came by, and he's working on his van again, and there's a group of people standing about 10 feet away at the end of the cul-de-sac, staring down into the van, and they all looked completely out of place. One of them was an older man, probably in the 70s. Another one was a Hispanic young male that looked almost like a teenager. And the other man was a white man that looked to be in his 40s. So, an odd bunch to be friends, if you ask me. So, since part of my duty was to not allow trespassers onto this private property, I came up to them and asked them what they were doing. They didn't even look at me and they just went off. They just left. And I don't think that he even noticed because he was underneath the van. I don't think he even noticed that they were looking at him, honestly. So that sort of validated his story, basically. After that, I haven't really seen him. So I just wanted to share that, guys, because this is a real thing. I do believe in TIs. It's a real thing. I talk to some people online that say they are, and I believe them. And that's all for today. Very unlikely there will be a rapture, so just keep that in mind.